I will not keep you waiting, and I will say it straight away. The solid state logic is way more stable. It provides a completely different experience. I didn't have any connectivity issue whatsoever. And this is the big thing about this unit. When it comes to Focusrite, it is smaller, it fits well better on your desk. Even from one point of view, easier to work with, at least in the case of my setup, but it wasn't stable. It is why I felt the need of buying something else. Initially, I was looking after the third generation from Focusrite, but then I told myself I should take a leap of faith and have a courage of testing something new. I did so. I still have one issue with this interface, but otherwise it proves to solve, to properly do what I need from out of it. For my case, what I need is good microphone connectivity so that I can properly participate into meetings. I had many moments when the software I was using wasn't able to properly recognize the microphone through the Focusrite interface. I never had the issue through solid state logic. Same software, never had an issue. Will I ever return to Focusrite? Definitely. It is a small, compact unit. It does the job perfectly. Again, for my case, I had the issue of having the microphone, the XLR microphone, not properly, well, the interface wasn't properly detected by the software I was using to connect to meetings. Sometimes was working, sometimes not. Now, there was an issue because the context implicates remote connecting. And maybe that virtual machine where I'm connecting or I was connecting in the past, now it changed, so maybe it works. Maybe that virtual machine had an issue in properly recognizing the virtualized hardware. Yes, good idea. I can test now and see if it works. Overall, a fantastic interface. It is, as I was saying, compact. It does a great job. I was finding myself so well with it. It was doing exactly what I needed. I was connecting an XLR dynamic microphone, then easy to change the gain, and from there the monitoring was easy again. I loved it, and I still love it. It is amazing. You have a phantom power here. It is amazing. I will definitely use it more in the future, and I will recommend it, of course, based on your usage scenario at home. Now, when it comes to the solid state logic, I have some complaints. It is amazing. It is way more complete compared to the Focusrite. I really don't like the buttons here. You don't know when you press them. You really don't know. I have to always make an effort to even now, okay. It is very hard to know when they are pressed. There is no input LED to help you visualize if they are pressed or not. For my specific case, I only need the phantom power button pressed. The rest should stay the way they are. Sometimes I'm touching and not knowing, did I press that? Didn't I? Very hard to know the difference. For my case, they both do the same job well. One is better than the other from one point of view, the other one is better overall just because look at the size, how compact the Focusrite is, and straightforward. You don't have that many buttons to push around, and you are on. You get immediate feedback in terms of what was pressed and connected, and here you have it. You do your thing. With SSL 2 Plus, there are a lot of buttons around, and I get it. When you need them, it is good to have them there. It is definitely a more complete interface by comparison. You have so many options you cannot imagine. It takes a day to, well, not really a day, but it takes a lot of time to get a grasp of all of them. The good part here is cable management wise, you have everything behind the interface and makes it easier to operate on, at least in my case, on the desk. I have it something like this to my left, and I only have knobs here. I operate them, and that's it. I do my part. Once set up, at least in my case, I no longer have to change anything about it. The solid state logic, I will say it is a more stable hardware compared to Focusrite. If you have to make a choice in terms of inputs, outputs, phantom power, if you buy the same model in the product line as the SSL, then they're identical. They plus minus do the same thing. And here comes the confusion, because you don't know which one should you choose. It is why I'm here to tell you which one should you buy. In my opinion, and I'm not an expert, I feel the SSL 2 Plus in this case, but the solid state logic 2, for example, I believe they are almost the same, and I believe they do the same job. It is way more robust, stable, precise compared to the Focusrite. Focusrite is amazing, a straightforward, easy to use interface, but I had some issues. Which one should you buy? In my opinion, the solid state logic is way better in terms of performance. It does a magnificent job. Never had any issue with it, and I'm happy I decided to replace this Focusrite with this solid state logic audio interface.